There's a quiet change that happens after 60, a feeling that our strength is slowly slipping away. But the secret to putting a slow motion button on that process is likely hiding in the back of your refrigerator right now. Hello, my wonderful friends. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and it is my absolute passion to share simple, science-backed ways for us to live our most vibrant, energetic, and joyful lives. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're joining me from today. Please say hello in the comments below. It truly warms my heart to see our community of strong women coming together from all corners of the world. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing so we can continue on this wonderful journey of health and vitality together. So let's talk about our muscles. We often don't give them much thought until we notice a change. Maybe it's a little harder to get up from a deep, comfy chair, or perhaps carrying the groceries in from the car feels like more of a workout than it used to. It's so easy to dismiss these little things as just a normal part of getting older, but I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. Think of your muscles as your body's personal savings account for strength and energy. Every day, through our food and our movement, we're either making small deposits or small withdrawals. The key is to keep making more deposits than withdrawals. Maintaining the strength isn't about vanity. It's about dignity. It's about freedom. It's our muscles that give us the stability to walk confidently and reduce the risk of a fall. They power our metabolism, helping our bodies use energy effectively. And most importantly, they give us the independence to play with our grandchildren on the floor, to garden for hours, and to say yes to life's beautiful adventures. Our muscles are the physical foundation for a life lived to its fullest. So we know why our muscles are so precious, but the really exciting part is how we can protect them even while we're sound asleep. And the secret lies in a special kind of protein that works like a dedicated night shift for your body, repairing and rebuilding while you rest. I want you to imagine that your muscles are like a beautiful, intricate brick wall. Throughout the day, as we live our lives, a few of those bricks can get a little loose or chipped. Now, some proteins you might eat, like after a walk or exercise, are like a quick patch-up crew. They come in, fix a few obvious spots, and they're done. But there's another, more powerful type of protein called casein. Casein is the master mason. It's the overnight repair crew that works slowly and steadily all through the night, releasing its building blocks bit by bit. It carefully replaces each loose brick, reinforcing the mortar and making the entire wall stronger and more resilient by the time you wake up. And where do we find this incredible overnight repair crew in abundance? In one of the most humble, often overlooked foods in the dairy aisle, cottage cheese. It is one of the richest natural sources of casein protein on the planet, making it a true powerhouse for muscle maintenance. Now, here's something that might surprise you. While we often think of protein for building muscle, this slow-release casein is actually more powerful at preventing muscle breakdown. It's less about building a skyscraper overnight and more about preventing the existing beautiful building from ever crumbling. Isn't that a fascinating shift in perspective? This single shift in thinking is the key. Protecting what you have is just as important as building anew. Let me know in the comments if you've ever thought about protein as a protector rather than just a builder. So the science is beautifully clear. Our muscles absolutely love this stuff. But let's be honest. For many of us, the thought of eating cottage cheese brings back memories of bland, watery, or lumpy diet food from decades past. What if I told you that's a myth we're about to bust? Deliciously. For too long, cottage cheese has had a bad rap. It's been the poster child for boring health food. Well, today, we are giving it the glamorous makeover it so rightly deserves. First, let's go savory, which is a wonderful way to enjoy it for lunch or a light dinner. Imagine this: a creamy scoop of cottage cheese in a bowl. Now add a generous drizzle of good golden olive oil, a sprinkle of everything bagel seasoning, and some sweet, fresh cherry tomatoes sliced right in half. It's bright,
It's zesty, it's satisfyingly creamy, and it is packed with protein. It's absolutely perfect on a slice of hearty whole grain toast or used as a dip for some crunchy cucumber slices. Next, for those of you who enjoy a little sweetness, especially in the morning or as a healthy dessert, take your cottage cheese and put it in a blender with a handful of your favorite berries, fresh or frozen, both work beautifully, and just a tiny drop of vanilla extract. Blend it until it's perfectly smooth and creamy. It whips up into a thick, luxurious mousse that feels incredibly indulgent. It's like having dessert, but you're actually feeding your muscles and building your strength for the day ahead. And finally, for the simplest, quickest power-up, this is my personal go-to. A simple bowl of cottage cheese with a small handful of chopped walnuts and a light drizzle of honey or maple syrup. In 2 minutes, you have a snack that provides the high-quality protein, the healthy fats and crunch from the nuts, and just a touch of sweetness. It's the perfect afternoon pick-me-up to fend off that 3 p.m. slump and fuel your body the right way. See, it doesn't have to be boring at all. Once you start thinking of it as a creamy, versatile canvas, the possibilities are truly endless. But before you rush out to buy some, you need to know about a common mistake in the dairy aisle that can actually sabotage your goals. Let's make sure you pick the absolute best option. The dairy aisle can feel a bit overwhelming sometimes, but choosing the right cottage cheese is actually very simple. There are really just 2 main things to look for on the label. First, and this may surprise you, don't be afraid of the fat. I often recommend looking for the 2% or even the 4% milk fat versions, which are sometimes labeled full fat or whole milk. That little bit of extra fat does 2 wonderful things. It makes the cottage cheese so much creamier and more delicious, and it helps you feel full and satisfied for much longer. The non-fat versions often have to use extra gums or additives to try and replicate that texture, so going for the real thing is often the better choice. Second, just take a quick glance at the ingredient list. The best brands have a very short, simple list: milk, cream, salt, and live and active cultures. That's really all you need. Some of the pre-flavored versions, especially the fruity ones, can have a surprising amount of added sugar. So choosing plain is always the best way to go. You get a blank slate to create your own delicious, healthy masterpiece. And how much do you need to get these wonderful benefits? You don't have to eat a huge tub. A simple serving of about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup is a fantastic and achievable goal to give your muscles that slow-release protein they crave. It's that easy. A simple choice at the store can become a powerful daily habit for your health. And that's really what this is all about, isn't it? It's about turning small, simple actions into a profound and loving commitment to our own well-being and our future. So, today, we've uncovered the secret to strength that might have been hiding in your fridge all along. We've learned that our muscles are our precious foundation for a life of freedom and vitality. We've met the overnight repair crew called casein, and we've discovered that its best source, cottage cheese, can be transformed from bland to absolutely brilliant. I want you to reframe this not as starting a diet, but as an act of profound self-care. Every spoonful is a choice you are making for a stronger, more resilient you. It's a promise to your future self that you will have the strength to climb the stairs with ease, to get on the floor and play, to travel and to live this beautiful life completely on your own terms. So here is your invitation, your first simple step. The next time you're at the grocery store, just pick up one small container. That's all. Bring it home and try one of the simple ideas we talked about today. See how it makes you feel. It's not about pressure. It's about a small, powerful experiment in nurturing your own strength. Thank you so very much for spending this time with me today. If this was helpful, please consider sharing it with a sister or a friend who might need to hear this empowering message. And please remember to leave a comment below. I truly do read every single one. Take wonderful care of yourselves, and I cannot wait to see you in our next video.